My back chat?
To make room for the Urza Saga plus you know, some small artifact package.
Yeah, I think so too. I think we saw like a variation of this deck that had like Dragon's Rage Channelers in there, and they were using Baleful Strix as a means to like proc Delirium. So what's interesting to me here is that
Sorry, I don't know what happened. I think my like Wi-Fi or something, like the DNS reset, so like.
Not even gonna bother playing it. Let's see.
Well, we're back now.
And it looks like they are. So I'm going to hope that by transitioning here, this actually works. We're gonna go in game. And do we have a match ready to go? Oh, never mind. I'm just I'm trolling you all right now, dude. I'm so crazy. I'm so crazy good. I forgot there's a YouTube delay, so sure, whatever it is. Production fired. No, but
Chat, am I back?
Interesting. So, like, the real merit to wonder to ask yourself here is like, how good is Kolaghan's command in this format? And I think shattering Urza Saga tokens is really good.
Okay,
considering that,
cool.
honestly, I feel like
thanks for being here. Thanks for not leaving. I don't know, like my sometimes my DNS like resets itself and connects to the wrong DNS server, so it's like not great.
This is where I think it's a real slam jam. Is you get to buy back Murktide region, which is like the big bad of the format, you know?
Yeah, these creatures are, you know, the card quality in this deck is incredibly high. Murktide is a really strong play, as everyone knows, and Baleful Strix is good for grinding out advantage, but also being like a good defensive blocker if maybe your graveyard isn't big enough for Murktide, things of this nature. So this deck is definitely maxing out on greed, I would say. You know, you see the mana base has 6 colorless lands among it. Just to kind of maximize the power level of the things that the deck can do. And then, you know, in addition,
with days in the deck too, by the way.
Yeah, with days, with K command, with Baleful Strix. So it's trying to do a lot, and that's always the tension you have to ask yourself when deck building is the extra power worth the drop in consistency? And Max has decided the answer is yes, and they're being rewarded for it in this tournament.
Where did my thing go?
At X and 1 here. So this is a knockout round. Everybody who loses from here says it's elimination. You took a first loss. I gave you a second chance. This is it. Got to play for your money here. That being said, though, top 16 does make cash of this event. So congratulations, everyone who was in the last round. You got paid for playing, which is sweet. And then also everyone here, congratulations on the prizes.
Oh, I'm not supposed to start yet.
I think Max is on the plate.
Yep. So both these hands look solid. Turn 1 Ragavan is that's the time you want the card is turn 1, so it makes a lot of sense. And then for Tobias here, we have a little bit of everything: some mana, some removal, some wasteland action. It'll be interesting to see if they use wasteland in the first few turns of the game, or they decide to play it a little bit slower and make sure that they develop their mana as opposed to denying their opponent the same.
Okay, cool. People who are watching the match, I'm doing you a solid here. I snoozed the ad that was going to come in a minute and a half here. So it looks like we've got turn 1 monkey on one side. This is going to be answered by a prismatic ending, I think. And I really like just like you look at the deck list, right? And you see that there's only 2 dazes. At this point, I just take my mana and my spells and I just jam them in the daze. And if they have a 2 of, that's fine. A really good equivalent was like way back in the day, the Shardless versus Miracles mirror match. Wasteland was like a 2 of in the deck. So aggressively, I would fetch like Volcanic Island in situations where I needed it, or maybe not needed it, but like wanted it. It's just like what it is here. And so let's see how the game progresses here. Baleful Strix going to resolve. And,
yeah, no, I agree with your analysis there.
So yeah, I'm playing against Doomsday, unfortunately, and I would really prefer that not happen because that matchup sucks.
Draw a relevant card to play. It's a lot to risk, and so
maybe I can get lucky.
Shade your spell with a daze.
That's what I'm hoping for.
You have to take. I would also note that the Winds of Heath was an incredibly good pickup on the turn 1 there because it let him fetch a basic and cast the ending, and so
it's like
it gives him a little more security in knowing that.
Can I link this Doomsday list?
Deal with this plains, and so he feels a little bit confident in wasting the opponent. I like hitting the red mana for obvious reasons. It's the color of most of the threats, and it's also the color of the removal spells. And so hitting the red mana just gives Mother of Runes like the biggest chance to lose Summoning Sickness and get to protect itself or other creatures.
Yeah, that's a good point too, and you can sort of see here where the greed
of
the mana base
so
now finally comes
about to play my match versus Doomsday. Obviously, really not ideal, but I lost the die roll as well.
It's just gonna resolve. It's gonna
just what it is.
I mean, that's value for the.
This is like a turn 2 Age technically, so
against specifically
not
like
gonna
red
mulligan.
removal. One easy way for you to fight that is to just large creatures into play, like 4/4 Knight of the Reliquaries. So we'll see what happens here. Okay, looks like Dahlia gets Force of Will. I think that's reasonable here. Your mana is under shambles, so you want to make sure you don't fall behind too far.
Yes, I agree with how both players have been playing. I really like Tobias's decision to continue playing into Daze. It's unlikely that your opponent has it, given the previous actions that have happened in the game, and you know they're
Assume they
a
got
little bit on
Doomsday.
the
They
back
did.
foot, so you want to
Crush
push to
them.
advantage
I think this
farther
person's
and farther
better
away
than
from
my
the
round 1
player
opponent, if I had to guess. Matt.
Jarvis says something really interesting. Wasteland, the tricolor greedy player, but I almost want to say that this was a quad color deck. Just because you have so many colorless sources in the deck, right? Eventually, Urza Saga will tap for mana. Although, actually, that's a really good question. How many spells can one cast the Saga?
There goes my crop
Without
rotation,
relying
which
on Murktide?
sucks.
Yeah, I
That
would still
was my
classify it as a
plan,
three-color deck
essentially.
just because you aren't using the colorless mana for anything specific. It's just that they're utility lands instead of mana producing lands, or instead of color producing lands.
Sure.
So it's a three-color deck in my mind with.
It's the best thing
advantage
to
in
needle if I
turn
want to
one.
needle something.
Okay, yeah. Taking a look at the hand here, there's another prismatic ending that is
Probably
picked up here, and
Street
the Swords
Wraith?
to Plowshares, which is, not the best on this board.
I guess I could
But
just,
many
like...
turns is never a bad thing here. With the Knight of the Reliquary,
I guess I could just sandbag it and see what they do. Maybe they, like, make a pile, then I, like, figure it out.
If you will, and I think there's 1, 2, 3 lands in the graveyard, so that would put a 4th.
I think they'll just cast it this turn.
That put a 5th, 7/7.
Oh, am I dead instead?
And that is a big problem.
Yeah, so I was very interested in
Wonder Pro, was I supposed to needle Street Wraith right there?
The line that you described. However,
Does it matter? Like, I kind of feel like he can, or, yeah, he, I know their gender. I feel like he can just kill me through the needle anyways, but I don't know.
So, there's like a risk there of like, do you block and tap the mom and potentially expose it to removal, or do you let the Ragavan hit? So, Tobias taking a slightly safer
yeah,
line
I don't know.
not,
This fucking sucks.
going to the board.
Needle doesn't do anything else, but I was thinking, like, I could let them make the pile, then untap and cast the needle once,
Making sure that Max can't claw back into the game, rather than risk a potential blowout.
So they put maybe... They put some number of wraiths in there. Oh, I do. I should close it. So.
And while this is a base red deck, I mean...
Yeah, sorry. I still had it open. I should have closed it. I should have just played the needle, I think. That was just ludicrous. That was really stupid. I'm probably just dead now. So mill deep away. I guess they didn't even need the... They didn't even... Oh no, they cycled one Street Wraith, so whatever. Whatever. Okay. I mean, I actually had a turn 2 kill, but I wasn't even gonna get a turn 3, so, whatevs, right? Sucks. Fine. This doesn't do anything. These also don't do anything. This also does nothing. Check their list again. Do they have sideboard big creatures? They do not. They have a bunch of Pact of Negation. So I think what I'm supposed to do is I'm going to cut map and cut like a Valakut Exploration. I might bring back... Oh no, the Torp Orb needs to be in too. I think I might cut... Everything else is good, I think. And these cards are also mostly just not very good. I sometimes hide in FOV if I'm trying to get lucky. Also, it's more green cards. But I think I'm supposed to just leave it. I think you need this as a mana source. I think you need your mana sources. I'm cutting cards that don't actually tap for mana. So I think I should be satisfied with this, right? Yeah, I think this is good. God, fucking Doomsday. It's such a bad matchup. Like, the other problem with Doomsday as a matchup is it's really easy for them to, like, get past your spheres eventually. They'll just play, like, they can just slowly build up their mana sources and then kill you, even through a bunch of spheres, in my experience. But, you know, obviously it is what it is. Fortunately, this hand is not good. Hand is much better. Bottom the second Mox, I think. Okay, I don't really care. I don't really like Valkid Exploration versus them. I don't even really like Loam versus them either, so. I don't really want to turn one sphere because, like, I don't know which of these lands I actually want to pitch. Plus, I think they can win through a sphere relatively often. Alright, now I guess I play the sphere. I looked at their list. They don't have a bounce or a shatter, so it's not cool, but see what happens. Yeah, a little bit awkward. Okay. I could kill their Underground Seed. They have no basics in their deck. I'm thinking about it. They literally have no basics. I don't know if that's stock or not. I guess probably is, but yeah, actually I don't even think I want to yet. I think I'm gonna end up using Stage to copy my Ghost Quarter. It's stock, only weirdos play basics, got it. Okay. Oh, basics is stock, got it. So I should hypothetically be able to figure out what's in their deck. So my assumption is they cited in two ley lines, probably Cavern of Souls because of Blast, and probably Pact of Negation. But I don't know what they cut, so it's like really hard to figure out. Like, yeah, they cited in both ley lines. I'm gonna copy my Ghost Quarter. I think that's actually gonna come up. One Pact of Negation. Alright. I think I'm just gonna say go and see what they do. Like, I don't know. Seems relatively safe. If I draw more mana sources, this is like pretty good for me, honestly. I might end up so they have no mana left, right? Like they can only draw one card, right? Now I just untap and double GQ them and they lose. And they have a pact on the stack. Oh, let pact resolve? Yeah, I should have let pact resolve, I guess. Wow, that was a funny game. That's why I did it with the second cycle on the stack. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I was supposed to crack exactly one. Someone's gonna lose, yep. Alright, I don't really like Valkyrie Export. It doesn't do anything. It's just so slow. Like, the games are not about that card, in my opinion. So, yep, game 3, I'm just gonna submit. I think Loam is better. Who the fuck cares if they leyline me? Like, it doesn't matter. Alright, game 3. I'm on the draw. Hopefully it works out. Sure. This is reasonable. Like, low end, but not great. Yeah, it's also that, for sure. Just gonna use my mana. I think it's like ludicrous not to. Right, cool. I think this turn is Saga Sphere, probably. I mean, I feel like I'm going to lose, but, you know, what's the danger of keeping this hand, of course? Okay. I think beating down is the best choice. I think they might just Doomsday go. Obviously, if they have Writ Doomsday, it's going to be harder. Okay. Should I get Needle for Edge of Autumn, probably? Because it depends on what I draw, of course. Need like one more piece of interaction, I think, and just hope hand's not too good. Put no cyclers? Yeah, but I mean, I don't have anything else good in my deck. I could get like Mox Diamond, that doesn't do anything. Yeah, if I see 6 cyclers exiled. 1. No, so they have an Edge of Autumn somewhere. 2, 3, 4. So they're 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can name like Edge of Autumn, I guess. And hope it works out. You know, obviously it probably won't, but you know. There's 4, so there's an edge left. 1, 2. No, 1, 2. Oh yeah, you're right. So I should name Edge of Autumn. Okay, cool. So does rotating for Wasteland do anything? I feel like it does, actually. Were they supposed to crack lead? I'm confused. Aren't they dead now? I was holding control. What? If I draw Wasteland or a Ghost Quarter, I'm still fine. Or wait, was Oracle in their hand? If Oracle's in their hand, then they're dead, right? Because there's another Oracle here. Yeah, I also believe Oracle was in their hand. PogChamp? Alright. Fill your land? PogChamp? What? Oh my god, that was very lucky. I don't think they have Unearth in their deck. If they do and I missed it. Oh, their last thing was a land. Okay, well, I guess that sucks. Alright, yeah, I'm very skillful that my opponent, like, accidentally misclicked to lose. Like, that, in any reasonable game of Magic, obviously they win, but, you know, that is MTGO. I killed my own land earlier, so, you know, it's kind of the same thing, I suppose. Remember, this person was 5-0, so they're still alive in the tournament. So them taking a loss is not the end of the world for them. It's not a top 8 match. It's just this first bracket match that where they, I guess they are not dead, but that's how it is. Anyways.
There.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and transition here. Ignore the hands just for now. But catch me up here on the board state and graveyards and what we see, and I'll try to pull up the hands in just a sec.
Yeah, for sure. So we have a Murktide region and a Baleful Strix kind of staring each other down, given that.
Yo, Wonder Pro, thanks for gifting a sub to Metal Fish.
And then we see that.
Let me know if I should open a chest for that.
They have exactly 4 mana, and so I think.
God, I can't believe that happened. That's so lucky. Like, I feel like I got away with murder, obviously.
Their turn and try to get a better turn later on.
Because I was actually dead. Like, I was dead if they like cracked it.
Potentially fight over it, but then at that point, you only have the Living Mission hand.
Okay, cool. All right, so I have no idea what game this is either, but I'm looking forward to finding out. I'm assuming we're definitely in like the post-board game at this point.
Someone gets a bind extra money. Is that how it works?
Of Illurin are just built to sort of beat up on Delver by virtue of playing all these like 1, power, 1 toughness, death touch block. Also having big mana, access to a combo.
God, I can't believe that happened. Holy shit. I mean,
notably very good against.
All right, so Sneak and Show loss and Max 1 versus Maverick.
Is it
the blue decks?
Oh,
Islands.
Yeah.
So yeah, someone will get a buy. You are right.
Yeah, I think
Jesus.
really interestingly.
That's so funny. Right, be right back.
Right now, like you said, it does have some really good tools too.
And thanks for being here, everyone. Follow if you're new here.
Kind of like this hybrid of like
donate via ACS for American Cancer Society. That's appreciated. Yeah, GG's fan. I know that's super tilting. Honestly, if this was IRL, obviously you would just win 100% of the time there. But
faster combo decks because you're playing less interaction.
Be right back. Getting more water. That matchup sucks so much. I think I'm just like inherently dead in it most of the time.
What you talked about playing out, where this 7/7 Murktide, I'm sure would love to be attacking, but is being walled by this measly little 1/1 death touch guy.
Yeah, and like you hate to lightning bolt Baleful Strixons, you hate to pyroblast them once they're in play. That's exactly what you want from the Illurin side of things. But I mean, like, given that now that Delver has sort of evolved into this kind of deck that just like turns a big creature sideways once back to it, right? Like I think for a while we just stopped seeing like the Tarmogoyfs and the Grimag Anglers. Now Murktide region is definitely like just like the second coming of that sort of thing here. That kind of play you'll see it a lot more where you just bolt for like actual tempo purposes because the tempo plan is so worth it. Whereas otherwise I feel like
actually Pango, you want to know something funny?
You weren't really happy to make that kind of
I got these in the mail lately.
The real reason why Murktide is a good thing.
Let's see if people can see them.
So
Japanese Doom Days, 4 of them.
Yeah.
So I'll try that deck IRL at some point. I don't really like playing at MTGO.
The Murktide being so large,
it's really hard to get Chinese Weatherlight cards. In fact, I'm not sure they exist in Chinese. Cookie Kid, if you can find me a source for those, I would be happy to buy them, but I don't think they exist. Or I've never seen one. So
I'm just fixing up the next thing. Is because usually you see people and they're just like, well, life totals don't really mean
I don't remember. Let me check. Is Weatherlight GG in Chinese? There's a website for that.
And this really does push it to the test.
Languages.
Just because you have life does not mean that
Weatherlight.
you can send it as you wish because.
Oh, actually, it does. It's in traditional Chinese. It's just super rare.
Yep, this is true, and we have.
Yeah, I guess it does exist. Simplified doesn't exist because back then they only printed one printing of Chinese, only the traditional, which is like Hong Kong, Taiwan, Singapore. Main one uses simplified. So.
The way you might have been able to before.
All right, so we're.
The difference between a 7/7 or 8/8 and like 5/5 or 4/4 is a huge difference.
We're waiting for
the extra 1 or 2 turns.
Our top 5 match next round, I guess.
So you're just drawing gas much more frequently. It makes a big difference for sure.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna pivot over to the match since we're going into game 3 now, and it looks like both players are here playing for survival. I gotta also double check and see if we have an update on the undefeated player, because that would be kind of interesting to see. Yeah, okay. Looks like Jarvis, you actually won against Doomsday 2-1. So now everybody is in here fighting for their life.
I love that.
Yo, Hat, thanks for the raid, my friend. We are in top 4 of a Legacy tournament, a 1.2K. I just beat Doomsday as lands, and we're fundraising for American Cancer Society. So thanks for the raid, Gab. Really appreciate you. And I am top 5. That's true, because this is a weird format. It's double elimination.
They want to cast.
It's double elimination, Hat. So I gave the Doomsday player their first loss. Obviously, I think really MTGO gave them their first loss, but you know, you take it sometimes, right?
You don't want Ragavan to hit. You want to cast your abrupt.
Those of you from Gab's stream, welcome. If you wanna know who I am, I'm Jarvis. I used to be a pro. I guess it depends on who you ask. But I play mostly old formats, Legacy, Modern, some Booster Draft, some Vintage. Occasionally log onto Arena and do like some, you know, monkeying around there, but you know, really older formats are my favorite.
We're not brainstorming here, so saying, hey, I think I evaluate my mana as a priority here. And
anyways, all my winnings from this tournament are going straight into this fundraiser as well. So I'm hoping to win it all, to just put it all. No, I am a has-been. Although some could argue that I was and never was, because I don't have a PT top 8 and I will never get one now. But
you don't really hit. It's just when you do.
They needed a legacy only PT.
Because, like as you said, it's only maybe like a 20 to 33% chance based on
GP champ. Yeah, but like that was so long ago.
But the Lotus Petal just matters so much in its own right.
Yo, Super Walk, thank you for the $5 donation. Really appreciate it.
You know, 30% of a card that has like some amount of value to it that you have to weigh. And so there's a lot of different things going on.
You won a GP like
how strong a card is
11 years ago.
So like you said, it looks like no one did not choose to brainstorm. I really like the decision because if you
that's a long time ago.
The next few turns, now you get to fetch a basic forest with this Misty and
XJ is a good point.
Set up solidly through the rest of the game.
But donate, otherwise XJ Cloud's coming to us and beating you up.
Draw something good, but the reward is that, you know, for a long stretch down the line, your mana is just unassailable.
Okay, cool. So now that you have, yeah, exactly.
Donate instances of 42. Yo, Lanuka, welcome. That is Lanuka. Am I allowed to blow up your spot?
After the Ragavan, this time around,
Lanuka is someone who works very closely on MTGO. It is David McDarby. Friend of mine. I played a GP match a long time ago where he was dressed up as Jace, and I thought it was kind of cool. Jace Bellerin, that is. Maybe it was Jace the Mind Sculptor. Yeah, it's hard to play lands on Arena because the cards don't exist. Also, I think the priority passing would be kind of awful. So.
Yeah.
Regardless of Death Touch, the Ice Fang will be able to trade with the Dragon's Rage Channeler. We'll see what happens in the next turn here. Because play a fair game of
you just have to focus. I've had issues with full control, but I'm not going to blame anyone. It's just been like inconsistent. So yeah, thank you, Lanuka. We're trying to win so I can donate more money.
There is,
you know.
As you mentioned, there is some tension between Dragon Rage Channeler and Murktide because you.
God, I can't believe that match versus Doomsday. It was so lucky that my opponent like accidentally like. The ideas on down resolved without the lead being cracked for 3 blue, which is obviously what should happen and what would kill me 99% of the time.
Which normally 4 copies of a Delve card is not really something that you would see that often. You know, even in like the Dig Through Time era or the Gurmag Angler era, you'd see these as like 2 or 3 O's at most. So there is some tension, but there's also some synergy, and so it works well. We did not see Ryan pick up a 3rd land, which I'm sure they were hoping for, you know, given that they chose to brainstorm and not cast the Murktide. The consolation prize here is, of course, that they get to hold a Pyroblast. Though the Ice Fang having Flash means that that mana ends up being unspent for the turn.
Yeah. this is really interesting too, right? You can see that Ryan is actually boarded in Gutshot, and this goes back to our
Gutshot, nice.
Card quality, tempo, when you can afford to go down to.
I actually love Ryan boarding in Gutshot. I think that's really smart.
It is important to you make sure that you can connect on damage because your threats are just so powerful in the
Also, like, you can just play. I actually think what's supposed to happen now is Ryan's supposed to play small Murktide into big Murktide. If you play a small Murktide first, the second Murktide gets the full benefit. Like, so if you play a smaller Murktide first, the second one gets everything, right?
I'm just not sure, if it's worth it to keep Murktide around just for that. So, like, weird things to think about here, but
oh, so you went. I think you should do it the other way, but
you keep trying to bait me into talking about bans and restrictions and stuff of this nature, and I think I will indulge you.
I would never daze Uro here.
I do think that Murktide
like,
is a little bit too good for what it does.
Double daze is so valuable versus Lauren because they have to get to so many lands to get past it.
I think it's just too powerful, given that it flies, given that it's blue and pitches to your forcibles, given that it synergizes with what the blue decks already want to be doing and are way too good at doing.
He kept Delirium?
Exactly what they need.
I guess, like, that's not that exciting, John Star, I think.
The game down to needing to answer it quickly, and there not being too many answers in the format that do hit it. Bug in particular, other than the Death Touch blocker.
I mean, he doesn't even have Delirium, right? It's a 1/1 right now. You would have to daze something to get Delirium. Or Pyro something. If his top card is Pyro, or if it's Brainstorm, I guess, you get Delirium.
Yeah. I know one mage who is veteran in the art of Assassin's Trophy who would say, nope.
Yeah, Chase, if you're watching, don't hate me, but it's not for me.
I think you should just fire the iteration off to look for Delirium, right? Because if you mill an instant, then it is Delirium, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, it is a 2-for-1. Lands are full cards in control mirrors.
Yeah. Okay,
I'm just thinking about it.
Now we have Murktide as a 6/6 coming in, Dragon's Rage Channeler as a 1/1 coming in. Iteration on the stack.
Let's change it.
With Nolan now at 9 life, the 6/6 matters so much now, and I mean, peep this. In response to the iteration, we're going to brainstorm. I'm kind of curious to see
how it'll change to reflect where we are in the tournament. We're in top 5.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Which is
it's very interesting
because like it's double limb and there was undefeated and the undefeated took a loss, so everyone else had 1 loss. So now it's top 5. So someone will get a bye into top.
Coming up on the next turn, the opponent.
Let's see, 5. So I don't know. It gets weird, I guess.
Instance. And so I think that's what the pause is over. I actually do like using at least 1 days. I probably would use 2. I would use at least 1 because it gets to reset the land, and so even if you.
Oh, by the way, Gab, how did your Arena Open runs go? I'm kind of curious for that.
You return to hand, and then cast like a cantrip or a lightning bolt or something of this nature.
Yo, quick shout out. Quick shout out. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed today.
5, 3, 2, 1. Yep.
For you, and I will be running more of these in the future. It's free for all subs, and honestly, the price of a sub compared to the EV of this tournament is favored in one direction for sure. But I love you guys so much, and I love Legacy so much that this is a no nonsense, a very easy play for me to make. So, some thoughts there. Going back to the match, that is interesting that we saw the days there. I guess it's also no, it's not for Delirium because we have an instant in the graveyard as well. So I'm curious what Ryan's thought process is here specifically.
Oh, we're not talking about it? Fair enough. I don't want to bring up a sore spot.
Just to prevent the shuffle, the game is going to end next turn. The opponent's at 8. You have 8 points of power on the board. So just do what you can to stop your opponent from, having the best turn they could.
Yep.
So we're going to brainstorm looking for a force for a Lauren, probably.
I might have used the second daze, given that, the game is just so likely to end next turn, one way or the other. And also, the daze is just so unlikely to do something.
Someone will win their top 8, lose, and then still finish top 8. Yeah, it's kind of funny, but, that's how it is.
You want to keep it, like, if you need an extra blue card for Force of Will, or, if the game lasts those extra turns.
So that's good for us, because we just get to pyro it, and then the game ends. It's kind of interesting that we didn't...
I see what you're saying. I did nothing.
This lost to Pyro just straight up.
It's really up to you guys now. Okay.
All right,
so yeah,
GG.
Here is just gonna handle the Uro, and that's gonna be that lethal in play here with the 3/3 Dragon's Rage Channeler, and then the dragon as well here. So it's kind of crazy, right? Like when you get so hyper efficient that.
Man, Pyroblast. Yeah, Pyroblast is good.
Yeah, that's really close. You could have played.
Wait, when did that happen in Ultimate Price?
Flash and Endurance is like a chump blocker.
And it wasn't still double limb by that point in Ultimate Price? When did that happen?
And using the cavern.
By the way, those of you from Gab's stream, if you like this content, hit that follow button. That's free to do. And if you like old formats, hit that follow button.
Playing the Alluring would play around Pyroblast.
How does? No, because you make the Murktide bigger, right, Matt?
The 3 life puts you out of lethal range, and you don't necessarily want to just like chump block.
Like the problem is that Murktide would have gotten +3/+3 from the instants and sorceries, leaving the graveyard.
I don't remember what the card below the brainstorm was, and so you probably can't beat a Pyroblast either way in a turn 2 cycle. So
okay, that's a good thing to think about too, right? Because it's not just this turn, but the turn after. Maybe the draw step could help or something like that. You draw like Living Wish or a Sararak or something like that off the top.
You forgot how Murktide. Well, Murktide is kind of nonsensical. Like,
if the conceit is that you can't beat Pyroblast next turn anyway,
it was double limb except in the finals when it was single limb. What the heck? That's so weird. All right.
Okay. Well, that's gonna be the last round for this match, which means let me just double check this. I'm gonna put these in. Edit the. Actually, is it already done? If it's already done, I don't think I need to do anything here. Yeah, okay, so we're going to go to round 7, see how many players are actually left in this event. Now, keep in mind that one of the players was undefeated going into the event, which means that they are still going to be live for the next event, which means this is a weird structure, but in this double elimination event, we're in round 7, and one of the players is going to get a bye, which is kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy, but that is how.
Tweet otherwise I don't want it. Oh god. Yeah, something like that. Jeez. Jeez Louise.
What was I gonna say? Oh right. This is your.
Yo, I got a lot of follows. Oh my thing, my activity feed is weird. All right, one sec. Let's check it out. Gendrick
is the answer to another Would You Rather.
All right, Nargalion, Nessie, the G79, the second city, Gendrick _, some name I can't pronounce, Tercios, Scarlet Storm, CCEK, Naughty 21, Superwalk. Superwalk also donated, so that's sick.
To cost 11 and a blue, and on the right, Dig Through Time is 8 blue.
Okay, so remind me again, was Dig Through Time and Treasure Cruise both 8 mana, like in the original designs?
They were both 8 mana, yes. The Treasure Cruise was 7 and a blue, and there was 6 blue.
Sure, so it's one less card to delve, but one more mana total. Or, yeah, one more blue mana as the mana cost. I think that Dig Through Time would probably be a much more palatable card.
I think 12 mana Cruise is way better than 8 blue Dig as well.
1/2
but
is less than 3.
It's because a single blue is a lot easier than blue. You could go flipping Cruise? Jeez, yeah, that's also sick, but I don't think that card's really printable. Neither of them are really printable, so, you know, whatevs.
And without the, cost of exiling cards from your graveyard.
12 mana Cruise was balanced. Yeah, I don't know, not really, but...
Like you would just play Murktide, it's a better card. So, certainly the right one.
I like this. So chat saying, I do nothing a lot, saying Dig Through Time on the right is literally uncastable. So from my perspective, and I've sort of picked up on this as we've been going through this exercise, you focus a lot on the cards.
15 or 20? I mean, probably, but like it's not fun still. Like,
playing with, you know what I mean?
How many fetch lands are you gonna put in your deck? How many Thought Scours are you gonna put in your deck?
I don't want to see the stronger card in the format, so I would default towards the weaker card. Is what
I know, it's really funny. Yeah, I don't know. It's just
now what's interesting about
this is why we can't let Honorog design cards. Like, you just can't let Honorog do this shit. That's the real reality of it. You know.
I remember the scariest thing
nerd. I don't know. I didn't say nerd, but maybe you could say nerd.
And then another Treasure Cruise, and the game would just.
Also, yeah, if it costs 15 or 20, if it costs 20 mana, you just use Erratic Explosion.
Are already cards that like trade 1 for 3. You know, for example, Standstill is a very.
Oh, X-Trade. We can't design cards either. Interesting. Got it.
Doesn't break your back with the first attempt, right? Batman's too skillful. But it's when he tries again and is successful, and then tries again isn't successful. Okay. This is, my metaphors are on point, and you're wrong if you think otherwise. So good that we had that talk. But
No, I know.
Get your internal.
If I designed a card, what would it be? I don't know. Designing cards is really hard, actually. That's why most people are bad at it, including myself. So.
Blue, 9, and then you're getting 3 cards instead of 2. And you're only building 1 additional card. Like, you still have the modality of it that's not necessarily captured in the mana cost.
I'm thinking about it. I don't have anything that comes to mind.
Elevated delve cost on the left is like enough to temper the card. Like, how much would this card have to cost?
No one's bad. That's not even true. I think WotC's design team's actually decent. It's just maybe sometimes the playtesting didn't go right.
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
Perhaps the development is at fault. Salty Rutabaga.
Right, we've seen all these cards that have come and gone through the legacy. And we're just
like the thing is, you're allowed to design cards, and then the playtesters and developers are supposed to like keep things in check. So like design is not at the issue there.
So what is your thought, right? Like if you had to power this card.
Land, GG tap, counter target, activated or triggered ability.
Really good.
Wow.
Before I answer, I do just want to take a quick side.
That is probably not printable.
And I will say that,
I think it's like just not fun, and also not like not something you want to print.
Sometimes of the things that WotC does and the decisions they make, but it is incredibly hard to balance a format, especially one as deep as Legacy, and the margins.
All right, I'm gonna get some more water. Be right back. We're waiting for the next round.
Deck is too strong to, exist in a format. 52% is like fine. The changes in power level don't need to be that big to create that sort of effect. If you're powering down a card so that it wins you the game 3% less often, it doesn't look that much weaker than its counterpart, but it might be enough to, put the format in a good spot.
Okay.
So the card on the right is definitely worse than the card on the left.
Yeah.
So the question becomes: is this Treasure Cruise too good or bad for Legacy?
Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
The answer is I don't know. Obviously, it's one of those things where you have to
I think when I asked Jarvis and Bob, they were both like, the card on the left is still extremely busted. Never print this thing, like kapooey. So
yeah, because the issue. Yeah, sorry. So the issue is like we don't see like.
All right, I'm back.
The Treasure
My
Cruise
miss.
was legal. Everyone was playing.
We get any more donos?
Themselves,
Come on.
That again,
Out of the hundreds of people viewed, there must be people who hate cancer as much as I do.
Speed at which we would probably play Bobble just so that you.
There must be
cards into your graveyard for 0 mana with Channeler to play this sort of thing, So I think it's hard to imagine the 56 cards that would go around this.
I'm playing against Karn Echoes.
I'm a little hesitant still.
Yeah, reasonable. Okay, cool. Guys, we're going to take a break here. I'm going to go click a button. Hope it's the right one. Okay, we're going to take a break here. Jeff, thank you so much for
I did not get the buy, unfortunately. The buy would have been sick.
By listening to you, and I just really enjoyed it. Like, having another body to, like, help out with this means
this was
to me.
Incredible.
Hate your rent more?
So I'm happy that you enjoyed me being on. I enjoyed being on as well, and I will look forward to watching you and Jonathan comment the rest of the games.
I wonder how it shows who to give buy.
Follow this guy on Twitter. Let everybody know how much you enjoyed him. Oh, please, like, I would appreciate that a lot if you show some love to them.
You donated 2 years to watch making cancer jokes? Yeah, that does count, actually. Nice. I appreciate it. Ultimate price. I do actually appreciate it. Although, I guess it... how do I put it? If it was for, like, a big farm, I'm not sure.
Zippy Zoomer lad.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird all around. So another bad matchup for me. But we'll see. So, in this matchup, not much matters except keeping them off of Mystic Forge or trying to kill them fast. Just kind of unfortunate, but, whatevs. Anyways, let's get the music going again. Donate. You didn't have your PhD yet? Oh, you have a PhD? That's it. Appreciate a PhD. So this match is to grab the UI settings again. This hand would not be keepable in the matchup, actually, so there's that too. No, I just played against Doomsday last round in 1 and 3, and now we're playing against Karn, Mystic Forge, Echo. Let me, let's see, what's an easy way for me to see my matchups? So my matchups so far have been 4-color Storm, aka Tess, Green-White Depths, Elves is a good matchup, Lands, which are 50-50, and Doomsday, which is bad. So the only good matchup I played is actually Elves round 3. And the mirrors are obviously 50-50, like... Yeah, I literally... If I were to construct a hostile metagame, this would be the most hostile possible, I think. If you have a new theory, you bring battle... Except I keep winning, so I don't know, it's not that bad. Plus said, you are not bad luck. Also, someone should gift us, well, no, I lost one of the mirrors. Slasher. I lost one of the mirrors because my staged Wasteland, I accidentally Wastelanded my own land instead of staging it. Staging an Urza Saga. So, it was not a good matchup because I threw that game. What is Wombo on? Mystic Forge combo. It's, like, generally not a very good matchup, I think. Let me see if I can pull up the deck list. Alright, someone was asking the deck list is here. This is the nice thing about Melee, it's really easy to pull up deck lists. Anyways, yeah, this matchup sucks. Oh no, they are playing Urza Saga. Okay. I was about to say they weren't playing an Urza Saga, it's just listed under enchantments instead of lands, which is technically accurate, but, you know, whatevs. Alright, my MTGO appears to be pooping itself. Maybe I should reset MTGO like a professional gamer. Looks like I should, actually. Alright, we're resetting MTGO real quick. That. This reminds me of the Arena PT where I just reset my client every round because it was, like, so awful. Same quality. What's up, Levy? I'm in top 5 of this tournament. If I lose, I'm probably 5th, so it sucks. Kind of a weird way to go, but, you know, whatevs. You know, my breakers are bad. Wish I'd gotten a different pairing. Who got the bye? I'm trying to figure out who got the bye. Kind of interesting to think about. Max got the bye? Jeez. Oh my god. Hate it. Alright, anyways, this matchup sucks, so whatevs. it's just like it's inherently bad. I'm probably like dead in game 1, and like game 2, it's mostly about how many Force of Vigors I draw.
Yeah. Okay. You're right.
So they're discussing prizing because because it's double limb, and there was an odd number of people, so you ended up with 5 people after this round. Anyways, yeah, sorry for the wait, y'all. There's just like there being an odd number of people in so-called a round is so weird. No split. Yeah, is the Tim. It's whatever, but Sorry for the wait, y'all. Alright, so I'm dropping some frames, but Matt's right. I messed up everything by beating Doomsday. Alright, so what's happening is there will be a 5-4 playoff. Because currently there are 5 people, so 2 are going to be randomly selected, and whoever loses is 5th, the winner is 4th. And the prize structure got adjusted slightly because this is weird as fuck. Like it just got messed up, so you know, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Like they decided to change it because like the problem is if you have 5, then 3 people win, and then someone gets a bye next round. The double elim thing with odd number of people kind of got messed up. I guess that's the issue. I'll try to figure it out mathematically at some other points, but it did get really weird, and I don't know. They decided to change things at the last minute, so it did get weird. So I don't know. I mean, it is what it is, right? If they decide they want to change it again, like I'm not gonna like go against the flow or whatever, you know. Yeah, this is the downside of double elim. This is actually the downside. Yeah, I don't know, XJ. There's like no clean answer by this point, right? Is the actual issue, or whatever. I think the reality is you shouldn't run double elimination. Is what I'm actually getting. This is my takeaway from it. I mean, obviously Swiss has issues, namely the length of time, but the issue with double elim is you get into the spot, right? So it's just like a different issue. To be fair. So yeah, I think I'm just going to like. I'm gonna tell Anurag to like rethink this situation because like I think this was actually predictable. Like I think you actually we had enough information to figure out this probably would happen. one of those guys. Yo, Jacob, we're in top 5 of this tournament so far, but we're trying to fix it.
Okay, with the option that I proposed.
We're giving away 3 buys into top 4, but instead of 2 buys into the finals.
Aware that what we
right?
do instead is play a mini round 1, such that you have some people starting.
Vivers, I'm not sure. I would have to work it out. I would have to just look at the numbers.
Going up, but it's harder.
The problem is, like, this is what I don't know.
So
I think I might run a simulation and see what happens.
What my proposal was.
It should be easy to like write a Java application or a Python app or something to figure out what it looks like by this point in the tournament, right?
2 people to play just around 7.5 or 6.5, and loser will be in 5th place. And then we just have 4 people left, so it'll be top 4, finals, and then winner. As a caveat, Anurag being...
Oh, there are multiple pair downs.
Just for the people that care about...
Oh, Matt has a good point. I got paired down multiple times, that's why, yeah.
Structure has 3rd and 4th getting $100, with 5th place and maybe 6th place also, maybe top 8, I forget exactly how it is, getting $50. We will bump up whoever ends up losing this extra match to the same prize as the 3rd and 4th place person. So effectively, in this round 6.5, loser will still get $100. Winner will get to play in the top 4. Then the top 4, the 2 people who lose, will both get $100, and then we play out the tournament as normal. So instead of having an awkward 2-buy situation...
Top 5 is when you top 8 a first seed and die to... Yes, that's true. This time, Jacob is different from me. I went... You have a GP top 5? Yeah, I don't know. Lance is pretty good today. My matchups were really bad, though. It's kind of insane how bad my matchups were. If you're interested. Oh, they're going to randomize to see who gets paired. It's sort of dumb, yeah, but...
Okay, cool. So, I'm going to hit again.
Yep, and then whatever that is, 1 and 2 are playing for the top 4.
Alright, so it looks like Ryan and Max are...
Oh my god! I get a buy into top 4! That's insane! This is really messed up. God, this is so messed up.
Can I be totally honest with you, though? I kind of like the solution where I just bust out D&T, and if I win, I just take all the money. Put something similar I extrapolated from there, but or maybe I'm just evil. I don't know. But yeah, that's what's gonna happen right now. So we're gonna set up the match real quick. I'm gonna try to be back in like.
Look, Shop, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Look, so, okay. Wonder Pro, what happened was, there were 5 people left, so they decided, instead of giving out a bye this round and next round, they would just have 2 people play off to see who would have 2 people randomly play off. Whoever wins is in top, or whoever loses is out. Yeah, this is what happens when you mix Swiss with double and bracket. That's exactly it, Viv. Or Vivers is correct. This is what happened. Oh my god, yeah. So, I think the takeaway of this story is you really should not buy gang? What does that mean? What are you talking about? Yeah, Unrock should reconsider how this format's run, I think, is the takeaway from this. Every melee event is sus. Yeah, this is not. Oh yeah, I Wombo. I actually am pro this for many reasons because I don't think that matchup is great, especially in game one. I think game one is basically an auto loss. I guess like you could just not draw your you could just not draw 4 mana plus Mystic Forge, and then I would be okay. But no, I don't really understand what happened right there. It was just so like, yeah. I'm happier that I'm personally happier that this happened for me. Turn 2 Dark Depths. Yeah, that's how we beat some Doomsday player recently. I just had turn 2 Stage Depths. And I did not get killed. So, but when will people stop playing just 3 Dark Depths? It's just like so maniacal. God, I am getting hungry though. I haven't eaten dinner yet. Anyway, thanks for the follow, HRTZZE. Yeah, we got very saved by dodging around Carnforge. I agree. I played the Carnforge deck too. I think it is like, if there's not a lot of Null Rods, it's like actually pretty fucking good. Like Null Rod or Oof. But Oof is more beatable. Null Rod is kind of like not really beatable most of the time, is how I would put it. Oh shit.
You guys can start.
Welcome back. So round 6.5.
Round 6.5, nice.
So it's just blue red Delver.
Full is strong. Oh, that's true. That's it. That's actually a good pickup, yeah.
And once again, so loser's going to be in 5th place, and winner will be in the top 4. The other 3 competitors are already in the top 4. We might have to do everything by hand from here, so we might use more of this random number generator stuff just to make the last round pairing. But yeah, so more Magic though, so I think it's great for the viewers. Given the situation, everyone agreed that this was a good experience, and I think it's a good experience for everyone. So
4 colored sources. Oh, that might be true. It's not that easy to cast whole. There are 2 Tundras. 2 Tundras, 2 Plains. Yeah, that's not a lot. I guess it's better than having 0 though, right? Is there another way you could do it? Alright, so we have Grixis Control versus Blue-Red Delver. This is like a classic matchup. I kind of like... Well, if I don't like Grixis' side in this matchup, then what's the point of playing Grixis over Blue-Red, right? Yeah, aren't they? Are they? They are snow covered, I believe. Yeah.
Who's going to come out ahead in this one? What are your thoughts on the matchup? We've seen both decks in action. One has daze. Actually, both have daze, but one is definitely lower to the ground, and the other.
Oh, switch to theorem mode. Yeah, we can do that.
3 colors, 4 colors, if you really think about it.
yeah, it's a pretty.
To represent miracles, does that work? Isn't it just open deck list? Like, isn't that just irrational if it's just open deck list? Oh, not in this. I see. I suppose if you just go plain, snow-covered plains go versus random, then they don't know. They might think you're like a Terminus deck or whatever and like play differently. Ooh, Max's hand is nice. This is the most Grixis hand I've ever seen.
Agree. Max is on the play for what it's worth and has 1 colored source and then Urza Saga and Wasteland. So I'm not sure if this is one that you throw back. It looks like Max is actually going to keep it and leave.
I actually think you do keep, but this is like very weird too.
Smell red flags everywhere because this is such a.
You'll donate 100 if I win the event and 50 if I beat Panic. Jeez. God damn. Panago, you read that? What is this Grixis mana base? Well, funny that you ask. Oh, that's not even the right. Let's see if we can pull up that deck list. We probably can pretty easily. Alright, what's in this deck? There's 1 Badlands, 4 Volk, 2 Sea. or Saga to Wasteland. So we've basically drawn very, very weirdly.
Yeah, just get him dead.
Okay, yeah, just get him dead. It's interesting though, because I feel like the rate that Delver probably converts damage is going to be higher than the rate that like Dragon's Rage Channeler does, because flipping Delver a lot easier than just like getting Delirium, except when you draw Mishra's Bauble. Maybe that just changes the whole equation.
Well, the rate thing is kind of like an interesting sort of thing because you're viewing rate as just damage there, but it's not damage plus the amount of damage you're able to deal by seeing an amount of cards.
How far can Foundry go versus Blue Red? It's not. I actually, when I was playing like the Blue Red mirrors, I didn't think Foundry was that insane in the mirrors.
Then you end up
Like, especially with Wasteland involved, because it's very mana hungry.
expected value of that happening, whereas you wouldn't have seen it if you just played Delver.
And you dropped the E phrase, expected value, and as soon as you said that, I was just like a little bit spooked out. But yeah, I see it.
Sorry.
You're right. I mean, in a vacuum, I guess that would kind of make sense. But like, you're right. This game is a function or a factor of a lot of things coming together. So it's not just one decision over the other. And I think I also just too like the amount of like the value.
Yeah, so I really like Ryan's spot here, obviously, because I think that Wasteland's going to be debilitating. I don't really like casting Brainstorm. I think what we should just do is cast Mishra's Bauble and see what we surveil into. But I guess the reason to do this is... Okay, so now you actually do get paid off. You can put back, like, Delta... Let's see. You put back... Yeah, I would have played the creature to begin with. Jacob.
Well, if you do it this way, you get to get the
Jacob, have you been playing with Saga or not in your lists? I'm kind of interested. Because I really do not like casting Brainstorm there. Like, I think you can just cast the Brainstorm later and be really fucking good. Like, why don't we just get our shit out, you know? Blue Red with 4 baubles, 0 double. Oh, how has that been? That sounds like kind of intriguing. I like Bauble is not my favorite card, but maybe if you're having good results with it. I would have gone Wasteland over Bauble as well. I would have killed that Badland so fast. But I guess we're just trying to Turbo Delirium. So now if we crack the Bauble, it's Delirious, and we get a hit in, and our opponent has no blue mana, so it's going to work out well. I think that means you have to crack the Bauble immediately, though. And you just probably look at your opponent's top card. This kind of works out okay. Yeah, but when they go waste Badlands, you can smell weakness, right? Right, Viverus? Like, imagine the games where that Grixis deck goes with those land drops, right? Like, I think it's pretty easy to deduce your opponent has no blue sources in hand when they played their lands in that order. But yeah, now that you're here, you should definitely crack the Bauble for the extra 2 damage. So it's going to be just like some good old-fashioned beatdowns. Bauble also, yeah, because there's a play you can do with Bauble Delver. You can Bauble yourself and then stack the triggers on the draw a card / Bauble side of thing. So yeah, so it looks like Ryan is holding Wasteland for Saga or for a blue source, and it's going to work out pretty well because he has so much damage underlying, and he has a Force Beyond, and he has an Iteration. I think it works out extremely well for. Oof. What's going to happen? Yeah, I think Grixis is mostly dead. It was the hand we kept had the risk of this happening, right? Like, whether it's right or wrong is kind of irrelevant, but this was definitely a risk that could happen. So if we waste on our opponent, the hope is... What is the hope here? Game over, yeah. Yeah, something like that. Oh my god, another channeler is actually perfect. The bobbles don't feel, but yeah, I actually might try your list, Jacob, if you want to send me it on Facebook or something. But yeah, we're in top 4 of this, I guess. Now I'll put down top 4. Top 4, and we're trying to fundraise for ACS. If you're new here, exclamation point ACS, and whatever you can donate is appreciated. So I think what also is going on is Ryan might be playing Vintage at the same time. Let's go check out Ryan's stream real quick. I don't know. Which stream would we rather watch? Bobbled your opponent, skipped attack with Dragon a couple times now. Is that good? Okay. I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. It's definitely weird. It's good if they control their no. Oh, I see. You sacrifice 2 damage to make them draw a bad card. Yeah, that's probably correct. This wasteland is game ending, I think. Well, like now Max just cannot, like, there are no really good catch up mechanisms in the deck. Like where Grix is controllable, we don't have like a Toxic Deluge. We don't even have enough lands for that. All right, easy match win for Ryan. Yeah, Force Days. I like it's actually just possible for Ryan there. So let's see how Ryan sideboards. Power Blast, obviously a banger. Meltdown's decent. It's not the end all be all. I think I'm inclined to not love Gutshot that much. The Crocus is for Ragavan, but I don't know. That's like kind of meh. I think what I would do is just side out all my Force of Wells. Because they're like pretty much a liability. I think I would side out all my forces, side in Meltdown, Blast, Hydro, and not even bother with the Crocus actually thinking about it. The other thing you could do is you could shave on Murktide's Swizboard, but I think that's like kind of nonsensical. But you could do that. It's kind of funny looking between the two because this is in slow-mo, but like this is just like a few minutes behind. How does Grixis beat Pyroblast, right? Isn't that literally the answer? It's just Pyroblast? Ooh, Max has Alpine. Oh, Alpine Moon's not that good versus Ryan. Yeah, I mean, like, that's the weird part. I think Murktide's really safe in game 1 and post-board. Also Force Strix, yeah. Snuff Out. There are 0 Snuff Outs in this deck, which makes sense because Snuff Out correlates more to Death Shadow more than anything else for me. Alright, I'm gonna get more water, I'll be right back. But this is Ryan streaming his side. Talented player. He loves Gristlebrand, which is his only fault. Because, like, who could love Gristlebrand, you know? Yeah, I don't think you actually want to shave Gut Shot because I think it's just actually pretty good. All right. I'm waiting for the other one to come back, but I'm kind of curious. This hand's like decent. It's not like the most insane, but I would just not mulligan because resources matter a lot. All right, Bulk Ponder. Let's see if the other match. Nope. Chat, what's up with y'all? We're just chilling, waiting for the next match. Like, you know, this double limb shit is super weird. I don't think mixing double limb and Swiss eventually like leads to anything good. At least it's this weird nonsense. Delver was a good draw, actually. A Reb, right? Sure. I mean, I think maybe just playing the Delver out is better than playing the Brainstorm that turn. But whatevs. Gets this ends up mostly fine. Right. So Max just wanted to use his, I guess. It's not. It depends on the scenario, but I would default probably not doing that. It depends on how you think your opponent's sideboarded. But yeah, this Strix is kind of brutal. And like maybe we just had a better situation for the Brainstorm. Like now if you had Brainstorm in your hand it would be a lot better. You know? You could have maybe induced this. Like this Daze is quickly losing value, I think. Is the other issue. You think it was kind of fine? I don't really, but okay, I guess it's time to use Gut Shot. I wouldn't pay life. I think I would just straight up pay a red, you know? What's the reason to pay 2 life? Like, our hand is just Bolton Daze, right? Like, I don't know, that was weird. Yeah, these Strixen are brutal. I also think I would have dazed the Ponder by that point because it's like so hard to convert, but you know, whatever. We have to make all of these card disadvantage exchanges. It's like not great. Ooh. And now you know that Max is probably out of removal because you don't really hydro. Okay, that's a good draw. Because now you know you're safe to cast it. Bluff value? I don't know. I don't buy that. Really. Two life is so much, yeah. That's my issue. But we'll see how good this iteration is. Iteration was probably the best draw in the deck right there. That card is really good. Daze for Pyro is like super huge here, so I guess not dazing the Ponder actually ended up very well. Okay, so this works out well. I think you want well, you want to cast Brainstorm first, I think. That Daze was super good. Like extremely, extremely good. Yeah, you want to cast Brainstorm and Delver. It doesn't really matter which order you cast them in, I think. Actually, it does matter. You should cast Brainstorm first. Because if you find a fetch and you get to fetch away 2 lands, it's basically ancestral here. Like, the worry is if your opponent has a Daze in hand, I guess. But there are no Daze. It's just 2 Brainstorms. We know that. Well, I know that because I cheated and looked. I don't know why we fetched beforehand. That seems super weird, but it actually works out, which is very, very, very good for the Winged Hussar. But, you know, whatevs. I think he might be double queuing still. Or at least, like, maybe his brain's fried. He's been live for almost as long as I have, like, 5 hours. Oh, he's not? Well, whatever. It's hard to berate people too much for that sort of stuff. What's the reason to attack? Like, if you draw another gut shot next turn, isn't it better just... I feel like we can wait 1 turn on the attack, right? Oh no! I see. Well, no, I think we can wait 1 turn, right? Because if we just find, like, a gut shot or a bolt, it works out. By the way, for what it's worth, I want to play the winner of this match, because other matchups are Doomsday and Karn Artifacts, so... yeah, this is the matchup I want. God, Strix is so insane when it just, like... turns off your lightning bolts? Yeah, like, I think we should have... Whatevs. So now we should just iteration first and find something good, hopefully. Poof. Oh my god, I just looked at Nassif's results in the Arena Open. Holy shit, that is... very awkward. Yeah, iteration's busted. This is like basically the nuts. So the way you want to play this is like kind of interesting. There's still a Baleful Strix, right? Yeah, 0 for 6 for the hat. Jeez, that was brutal, hat. That's brutal. You're still here. Holy smokes, I did not realize it went that poorly for hat. That is that's all Yeah, I think the obvious play is the good one, yeah. I agree with you. And specifically, you don't Caracas yet. You just play the Caracas and Saga, so they don't like that. Okay, that ended kind of poorly, actually. Yeah, oof. Like, maybe we should just play the Caracas first, right? I don't know. Is this some monkey fear? Yeah, I don't know, like... Yeah, there's basically no reason not to, I agree. Yikes. Ugh. Yeah, I agree with Jacob. I think I would have just played the Caracas first, because you know you're going to play it no matter what, and then, like... Yeah, they might not even daze, I agree. I mean, I think they should daze, actually, but whatevs. So now the game's close, and I think that favors the Grixis deck in this situation, like... Especially since we know we're drawing Hydroblast, which is really a bad draw by this. I think we might get ground out by the Foundry. And Max still has a Ponder in hand. That's like a That's some gas, you know? Oh, I guess I can theater mode this one too. Maybe I should close one of them. He has an upkeep stop. He does, actually. He does need an upkeep. Oh no, he has one. It's right here. I guess that one? That's a good one to Hydroblast. K-Command would also be pretty bad, I think. Jeez. Alright. Well, now the pendulum is turning. I think Max is gonna win now, like, by a reasonable amount. Simply draw Meltdown? I don't even know if we want to draw Meltdown. I think I'd rather just draw, like, running Murktides and kill our opponent instead of Meltdown. Ponder's a good one. That's a start. Oh, this is a little behind, so I'm just gonna close that and go with this. Alright, Murktide is good. The other ones are not particularly, so just attack and play Murktide. Hope we get to kill our opponent. So this is a very good Ponder. This is like exactly what you're looking for by the They're down 2 Pyroblast and a Rev, and I think they only have 3 in their deck total. So, like, once this sticks, now Max doesn't have an answer besides Aether Spellbomb. Like, we've actually run our opponents out of instance. Oh, but Baleful Strix too, yeah. But we can just draw with the gut shot, right? And that works out pretty well. So now, all of a sudden, Max is in trouble again. And also, 3 Strixes are gone, so, you know. Obviously, you can convert this to that, so that's like a blocker you want. 1 Strix, 1 Spellbomb, yeah. Also, you could, like, Unholy Heat plus something else. Wow, another Strix? Jeez! But we'll see if the gut shot's lethal next turn. Like, you might as well check. Also, Max can play his own Strix, so. So it costs 6 mana to make a Thopter every turn. Because it's 2 to tap to make the servo, 3 to untap, 1 tap sack, turn servo into Thopter, so it's 6. Yeah, it's not lethal with Thopter anymore, unfortunately, but at least we can force some jump blocking, right? You can always force through 3 damage, so that's not nothing. And yeah, 6 mana to Fog Murktide every turn is super expensive. So, let's see what happens. Whoa. Okay. So is there a Rag? Yes? That must have not been a great brainstorm from Max. Let's see. So that gets Aether Spellbomb in 2 turns, which does answer to the Murktide. Alright, so yeah, there was a Rag. That makes sense. So, is the card underneath Gutshot a land? Yeah, so we should just draw Gutshot, and attack for 11. They block the 8/8, take 3. You let Ragavan hit you up, but who cares? Right? It doesn't actually matter. Like, this is, like, kind of ideal, to be fair, for Brian. Yeah, it does. It does. So, what Ryan wants to draw, I think, is just like a probably Ryan wants to draw a removal spell for the Thopter next turn, obviously. 2, 3. No, we don't have enough, right? Can only make a servo this turn. Right? Or am I behind? Oh no, it's because of the treasure, right? Yeah, no, this is enough. So now Ryan needs to draw one more removal spell for the servo. No, it wasn't land. I mean, if it's bolt, then like this is disastrous. I think it was just land underneath. So yeah, well, we just want to find one last removal spell to cross the finish line versus servo. So probably just take a blind draw and hope it's a cantrip. Obviously, the red card does it as well. Well, not Parablast, but like Bolt or... We've used both gut shots, I think. So it just has to be Bolt. Has to be Bolt here. Alright. Blind draw. Come on. Wait, why are we fetching? Oh, Mystic Sanctuary would be the nuts, yes. Why did we fetch? We have Brainstorm left. I guess, oh, let's see, you have +6 for that, dashing. So if you dash and hit a bolt, it works. How many bolts max down? None, right? So there's still just 4 lightning bolts in Max's deck? No, there are 3 lightning bolts. But you could also hit... There's a bunch of, like, redraws, obviously. I think I would just dash. Like, they have to block. You only take 6 on the backswing because they spend all of their mana. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 to activate that, 3 to untap. Yeah. Dashing is the only logical play. There's, like, not even another play you could make, I think. Yes, dash puts them to 2. They don't have to fetch. They can use the treasure off the thing. But I guess there's, like, not really a difference between 1 and 2, and you might want to use the treasure on a different turn cycle for mana, so I guess it's probably correct. Yeah, so, yeah, cracking is correct. I was really just hoping that I play the winner of this match. And, you know, hope to get lucky again. Third gut shot. I think there's only 2 in Ryan's deck, so that's, like, not possible. Let me check real quick. If there's only 2 gut shot. That's tight play. Except, like, a removal spell would always just kill you anyways, so it doesn't matter, but... Yeah, XJ, I agree. I mean, Wombo, I'm pro that, to be fair. I am actually pro that because I'm getting hungry, too. Alright, time to see what's off the rags. Ponder's a good one! Ponder's a good one! Oh! Oh my god! Oh my god! Is that good? Oh my god! Ragavan doing it again! Jeez! Wow, what a finish! Yeah, actually, I agree. I mean, if I were Max, I would clearly be molding. Obviously, I was selfish because I wanted to, like, get out of the situation where I had to play Wombo, which is, like, obviously bad for me. I don't know, like, how to put it without, like, obviously, if Max is mad, he's totally in his right to do so. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that, XJ. That is also an issue. Perhaps the pairing should not have been announced, and we should have just done that beforehand, and then, like, talked about it. Anyways, that was a hell of a match. What was the tournament change? It's kind of complicated. Basically, double limb got switched into I don't even know how to put it. Like, basically, it was a double elimination match, or there were 5 people after round 7, essentially, or after round 6. So there were going to be 2 sets of buys for the pair, for the 5 people and for the 3 people. So someone would just get a. I'm top 4 now, essentially. That's why I fixed the title, because that was the 5-4 match. Yeah, exactly. It's just like, what the fuck. So I'm top 4 now because that was the playoff match for 4th, essentially. It is odd. If I were Max, I would be mad. Obviously, I did the thing that was selfish for me. And obviously it was selfish. I'm not going to deny that. There are 38 people, so I don't know how you should um oh, let's see. Okay. Double elimination. Double elimination with 38 teams. So if you want to do it, you're supposed to, like, bracket like this, right? And oh, you actually need to have. I see. It needs. Okay. So what you actually should do is you need to do something like this, right? Like, you actually just need a bracket that looks like this. Well, you can always just print the bracket. Like, I'm pretty sure this works. 39. Yeah, it just generates no matter what. true double elimination requires way more rounds than there's time for. Yeah, that's fair. Let's see, how many rounds? 1, 2. Well, all these would be like one. I don't know how this works. How many rounds is this bracket actually? Is the question. It's number of levels in the lower bracket plus 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's like 9. Is it 9? I don't know. Like, it just gets messy as hell, I guess, is the issue. This is messy. 38 is 6. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 10. It's 10, yeah. It's actually 10. Alright, sorry chat. Some shit is going down. I don't know what's happening yet. Sort of done a 2-day 30-round tournament with top 8 in day 3 and make everyone suffer. I think that just ends up almost the same as round robin. To be quite fair. Like, I think it actually does end up the same. Should have capped the event at 32 so the math is easy? Yeah, I don't know. So weird. Whatevs. So.
UnziD MTG sub special. It's a 1.2K. Remember, this one's here. This one's for you guys out there who subscribe to the channel, who've been showing me your support. Even if you showed your support for just 1 month this month, that's good. That's the whole point. Like, I appreciate a lot, and it really doesn't take much to really, like, I'm just a dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the booth here with Jonathan Sekenic, and we're about to go into the top 4. And Jonathan, you know what time it is, right?
RNG time.
All right, I gotta make sure that it's all set up because I haven't really checked.
Yeah, it turns out lots of people run tournaments. Yeah, complete spaghetti ending. I agree.
When we were talking about the shenanigans that 4.
Yep. So just hit go here.
Oh, conform. No.
If you do that, it should realize. Try it again.
There
Yep.
you go. Okay, cool.
Yep.
So Max G has been
All right.
eliminated.
So what we're gonna do once again is we're gonna hit the randomize button. We're gonna have 1 play 2 and 3 play 4. So not like this random stuff that happens in tournaments.
Right.
Okay, so we're gonna hit again, and then it's gonna happen.
Come on, come on, Ryan W. Come on, Ryan W. Come on, Ryan W.
This is for what you want to see in the pairing. So Jarvis is on lands, Jim is on Doomsday.
Oh, come on, Ryan W.
Grudge match happen between 1 and 2 lands and Doomsday. That's what I'm hoping for, but you know.
Let's hit again.
All right, again, 1v2 and 3v4. Bang!
All right.
Wow.
No! No!
We have Delver
Fuck.
and Carnforge, and then Doomsday and Lance. So
wait, let's let the chat vote. Can you just put up one of the polls?
Yeah, that's a good question. What do you guys want to watch? Right? Do you want to watch? So I'm gonna do this poll.
So you could do like DD versus Echo as one, and then you can do the other one as
I was only 1/3 to get a matchup. I actually wanted XJ, so it's like whatevs.
I'm gonna type in lands and then Forge. Okay, so I put a 60-second poll in. If you want to watch lands against Doomsday, type in lands. If you want to watch Carnforge against
It's bad for me.
Forge.
Yeah.
Lands versus Doomsday, Forge versus Delver. I think that's simple enough, right? This is pretty sweet. We'll get to watch.
Yeah, I typed in chat too for people. So we had a bunch of lands at the beginning, then a bunch of Forge at the end, and now it's back and forward. It's anyone's game.
It's actually kind of close here.
There's 250 people watching. There's 250 people watching. All of them just getting their chance to vote. This was the most, you know.
Anyways, shout out to everyone being here. It's been going on for a long time, and if you have some extra money, you want to donate to a good cause, click on that link, donate. Also follow Twitch Prime subs, also go towards it. You know, everything is just the deal.
Also, I still don't think you resolved the previous prediction. Did you?
I don't know if I did. I'm not 5 seconds left in the poll.
People want to watch Lands versus Doomsday.
Thank you, Louis, by the way, for being a good mod and running these predictions. I do appreciate it. All right, lands, teen, Forge, and 10. So we're gonna watch lands against Doomsday, which means Jarvis, you know what to do. With
all right.
that big, I can't do it. All right, so we're here. So Jarvis, go ahead and make a practice match real quick. And I mean, in the meantime, I think we can.
You can do all the stuff in the background, and you can show me some deck lists. Show me Doomsday.
Oh, that's a good point. Maybe I still have it. Let's see. We're gonna go here, and then browse.
Yeah, that looks just like Doomsday. So you can see that this deck can make exactly 3 black mana. So when it's able to Ragavan into Doomsday, it can cast the Doomsday. Then you just get a pile of Murktide regions, and then.
I'm pretty sure I have it somewhere. Well, if we don't, we can take a look at this deck and admire it because it's pretty cool. But
Yeah.
Oh, I must have deleted it. Actually, I think I deleted it. Okay, cool. Yeah. I mean, you guys know Doomsday already. Like everybody who's like watching this far knows.
Wait, someone else joined.
Doomsday doesn't play Echo of Eons, right? For starting, it does not. Okay, cool. Well, I'm just gonna dead. This is Grixis deck, right?
Yeah, you have Grixis deck up.
Okay. View image. So this is kind of interesting though, this matchup, because I feel like all things considered. Wait, why can I not drag and drop this? I can't drag and drop this. All things considered, I feel like Doomsday should just destroy lands, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm really surprised to see this happen.
Well, maybe they realized that, we might be able to just watch both matches this way.
I guess I have to remake because someone joined that it's not, and go. Yo, Turtle Power, thank you.
So there's only like so many things you can do, but like I guess in theory, if you got enough lands into play, you could try to like Punishing
Okay,
Fire.
now I can't even make a match.
Really sloppy and still have a card in their deck, so then you have their devotion be 0, but that's unlikely to happen. like other than exactly.
Alright, I'm going to make it only buddies can join and just add and go to my buddy list.
Very probable, but like Jarvis knows that he has to mulligan aggressively in this matchup.
And go.
And yeah, just like quick 20-20, and then or heavy wasteland with like recursion. So
Wait, did I split him? And
Okay, yeah. Is there
oh, I spelled it wrong.
that you think is like particularly interesting in the matchup? I guess.
Good. Yeah, and red blast.
Okay, yeah. So
and endurance can mess up some things too, right? Because you get to shuffle the graveyard.
yeah, true. Actually, now that I think about it, Jarvis's entire sideboard, I guess minus the Force of Vigorous, could like come in, right?
Yep. Yeah, I don't think it's 1% like people are saying in chat, but I think it's not a favorable matchup.
Yo, Turtle Power MTG, $70. Lost my mom to cancer a few years back. F cancer, this is great work you're doing. Thank you for the donation. Anonymous, $50. Thank you as well.
Now that I think about it, I mean, but deck lists are open too, right? So it's not like whatchamacallit, these like special tricks and shenanigans that are happening. Like,
Yo, Fire Shoes, what's up? Yeah, it's going on. This is not the real match yet, so I'm just waiting. I mean, this hand is actually only like it's let's see, I go land stage. Oh no, wait. No, it's a turn 3 no matter what. The problem is it would actually be too slow, I think. I mean, I wouldn't mulligan, but I would just be resigned to losing. Alright. Okay, so I have to reset the match now. Yeah, we need X-Flow as well. Alright, back to the real music. What? Why is DJO, what? DJO, what are you doing? I can't click on the constructed tab. MPGO. Alright, there we go. Great. Alright, now the match is up. Okay, well, let's hope to get lucky, but I'm not feeling great about this one, obviously. This hand is unkeepable, so it's just like actual garbage. I mean, like, not great still, but reasonable. This is like keep and lose yet territory for me as well. But I am gonna keep. I think it's better than going to 5. If like a rotation. Yeah, I was only 33% to get the Blue-Red Delver opponent, Jacob. It was Karn Echo, like Karn Forge, Karn Mystic Forge, Doomsday, or Blue-Red Delver. So it was literally 33% to get the outcome I wanted, which is not 0, but... Let me make sure we're good to start. Dredge to depths. I would rather draw Cropper. Like, I guess I have to dredge because I don't have a land drop, but like it's pretty bad for me. Pretty bad for me no matter what. Yeah, at best we can win. I don't know, like... Okay. I mean, I expect to get bodied here. Ah, yes, my friend So maybe crop rotation for Wasteland will work, but I am mostly dead on turn 2. I don't know why people want to watch this matchup. It's boring as hell. Like, you just lose. Yeah, of course. Like, he mulled to Dark Ritual Doomsday. I am getting mashed. I don't know. Just hoping we get some subs out of this. Some subs, some follows, some donations out of the deal. They have 2 Wraiths in their pile. Edge. Edge. Maybe they have to pass like 3 times, but I'm not hopeful. I don't know why people want to watch this matchup. It's super, super bad. Like, it's also super not interesting. At least we have some chill music. Maybe they'll fuck up somehow. I don't even know how they could fuck up. Like, I think it's actually impossible. Do they put a C in the pile? Put another C in the pile? Oh, because they know... Okay, they just draw their entire deck. Whatever. Fucking blows. Jacob, I don't know. What's up, Adam MTG? Yeah, there were not enough Delver opponents. Okay. Over one, right? There was not what's the name of the song? It's called... Wait, what the hell? I don't have this song thing running. Did I just not have it running the entire time? Whoops. Yeah, I don't know, Jacob. It's like whatevs. Alright, yeah, all those cards suck, so these cards are the good ones. Just gonna Needle, Street Wraith, or Edge, depending on what happens, but... I don't really know why people wanted to watch this, so... Also, their pile beat a single Wasteland, so that's pretty smart. Okay, this is, like, fine. Like, if this hand's a mulligan, then I should just, like, not play the deck. I don't know. Yeah, they were playing around Wasteland, I guess, right? But if you just win on turn 2, that also plays around Wasteland, right? Oh, I guess they had to decide whether or not to play around Wasteland on turn 1, right, Jacob? I don't like where this is going for me. Also, this is what happens in the matchup. They'd land or consider. Yeah, I mean, I don't really read into that much stuff as well, but... I mean, I have a Blast and Endurance and hope that's good enough. That's like 2 points of interaction, but... Karn, Mystic Forge, Echo, and Blue Delver. Blue Delver's the pairing I wanted, essentially. But it looks like I'm about to get bodied. Which is fine, you know. It happens. I think I'm just going to waste this. Actually, should I waste the sea? I guess it depends on what's in their pile. I should probably look at what's in the pile and figure it out, right? No sub notification? Well, Adam MTG, welcome back. Thank you for the resub. Let me know if I should open a chest. I expect to be ejected from this tournament very quickly soon. Active negation. Force of will. Daze. Daze. Act. Force. Force. Daze. Force. I think they have dazes somewhere. I don't want the pile. 2XL Foul. So there's probably Foul in their hand. God, this is fucking... yeah, Cavern's in the pile, too. I think I'm supposed to waste them. I hope they somehow fucked up, but it's not that likely, obviously. No, there's a Cavern in the sideboard of this deck, and the reason to play Cavern is to get around, not a great draw, actually. I'm trying to figure out what their pile is, but maybe it doesn't even matter. Waste, blast, cantrip. Yeah, I don't know. Like, conceivably. We'll see what they do. Am I supposed to blast this? Blast plus endurance, so they can't pack. I think that makes sense, actually. And they have to get through a bunch more cards. I don't know what pile they made. It's like really hard to figure out. I could just sit here for like 7 minutes and figure out. Don't blast. What about Pact of Negation, Matt? I'm pretty sure there's one pact. Solves. I think I just do this now, probably. They can't pact right now. They can't daze. So, alright. They'll have their entire deck. So I lose. I couldn't actually win, and that's like the best time to do it because they just draw everything else out. Wait, their last card must be... So I should just thin as much as possible. I just want to draw Cavern, or Endurance. Or Sphere works too, I guess. For Forest, I guess? Because it thins the most cards. Fuck. I don't know why people really want... Like, I thinned a lot of cards out of my deck. Alright, dead. Yeah, whatever. That's fine. I got like 6 cards out of my deck or something like that. So I needed Sphere. I needed Sphere or Endurance. Nothing else would have done it. Alright, what else? Okay, I think I'm gonna call it for now. Thanks for everyone being here. If you want to support the stream, hit that follow button. Donate to the ACS fundraiser, !ACS. Remember, all subs, all coaching sessions, all bits, everything goes to that. Yeah, they didn't mess up this time, so I couldn't have done anything. Let's see. Who are we gonna raid? I guess we'll raid Ryan, because Ryan's also playing the other side. Winged. Yep. We'll raid Ryan. Stick around for that raid. Yeah, I thought about that, Jacob. I thought it was way too slow. But thanks for everyone being here. I'll be back on Monday. Please support everything. You know how. Alright. See you all next time.